Welcome to Mystic Musings with Toby Hewitt. I'm Toby Hewitt, and I'm your guide through time and space and all points in between. Mystic Musings will give you insight into who you are, why you are here, how to live an authentic life, and where you fit into the universe around you. Join me on this path of mystical exploration. Welcome to episode 44 of Mystic Musings with Toby Hewitt. This week, we will examine signs from angels, guides, and loved ones as we continue our mystic journey. A coin appears seemingly out of nowhere at your feet. A feather drifts down from a birdless sky. A number, for example, 444, repeatedly appears on clocks, license plates, and paperwork. Needed information enters your mind at the exact moment you need it, perhaps to answer a question on a test or to guide you in some other way. We live in a dimension that is one of infinite dimensions, all coexisting at various vibrational levels and speeds in our illusion of time and space. If I want to interact with you, I can write you an email, call you on the phone, engage in a video chat, or see you in person. If someone on a different dimension wants to interact with you, they must create a path along which their messages can traverse. Sometimes it is as simple as a feather or an aroma. Other times it is more complicated, as, for example, during a reading, sharing visual and oral information through a medium to a loved one, or in the case of illness, providing the nature of the ailment and the means for healing it. One time, when I was on iHeartRadio giving speed readings, I was talking about signs from the other dimensions and mentioned the appearance of coins as one that is easy for those on the other side of the veil to accomplish. As I prepared to leave, I happened to look down to see a coin at my feet where there was none when I started the session. It was a nice confirmation that I was doing a good job. Years ago, I was out for a morning run and talking to Spirit. I was asking if I really am a writer and should keep pursuing this or try something different. Suddenly, a feather gently wafted down from the sky, in which there was no sign of birds, and landed right in front of me. I accept feathers as signs of not only communication generally, but specifically in regard to writing. I gratefully acknowledged this sign from another dimension, and now I have 10 published books on Amazon, in case you're interested. Anyway, angels often use repetitive number patterns to get our attention. Any multiple of the number 4, for example, is a greeting from an angel. At exactly the moment your timepiece hits 4:44, or even any time ending in 44, may be the moment you are drawn to check the time. An angel has guided you to that moment to let you know that you are being watched over and protected. It can also mean that you need to take more time to interact with your angels and others on the other side because they may have information they wish to share with you. Different numbers have different meanings. 1111 is a time that will draw your attention to it. As this number appears in each time zone, thousands of people, having been drawn to the time at that moment, will pray or send out intent for healing and peace. I like to recite the metta prayer, which I have mentioned throughout this podcast. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. May all beings be free. For 1 minute, I join those in my time zone to offer up this prayer for the world. As you are listening to this episode, all sorts of energies and technologies are converging for you to hear this message. In the same way, those on other dimensions are using energy to communicate with us. But unlike the ease of simply clicking on a button and hearing the message, first, having someone become aware of a message being sent from another dimension, and second, understanding the intent of that message, is slightly more difficult, though far more immediate and intimate. The more mindful you become to the world around and inside of you, the more likely it is that those angels, guides, and loved ones wishing to communicate will do so, knowing that their efforts to do so will serve their intended purpose, to guide, to provide solace, to simply let you know there is more, as Shakespeare wrote. There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. If our understanding of the universe is kept small because of what we have been taught is possible or what we believe, then we miss out on the great wealth of knowledge, compassion, and guidance that can flow to us through the energy of love. For this week's exercise, please sit quietly in a quiet space and focus on your breathing for a few moments. When you are ready, ask the universe for signs along your daily path to help confirm for you the existence of that which is larger than you are, but of which you are an integral part. Next week, please join me for episode 45, when we will examine healing as we continue our mystic journey. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mystic Musings. Please join me every week to continue our exploration of all things mystical that can help you have a more practical and magical life. Please visit my website, TobieHewitt.com, for more information and to read my blog postings. And join me also at pathwaystomindfulness.org to learn how you can schedule a presentation. I'm available for mindfulness training, demonstrations of psychic abilities, and individual readings. I also have a number of books on mystical topics on Amazon.com. I look forward to hearing from you and answering your questions. Please contact me through TobieHewitt.com.